They say some secrets are meant to stay buried. But when the whispering tree revealed the truth about my father's unimaginable sacrifice, I knew I had to defy generations of fear. This is the story of a forbidden bargain. They called it the whispering tree, an ancient sentinel. Its gnarled roots burrowed deep into the very heart of the earth, its canopy reaching for skies that had seen countless generations pass. They said, if you ever spoke beneath its branches, it would remember your voice forever. Every breath, every tremor of a secret was imprinted onto its back, carried on the wind. Some said it would echo your words back in your dreams, a haunting lullaby of forgotten promises. Others, they never spoke again. Their silence, a chilling testament to the tree's power. In a small village, Udala, nestled like a precious jewel between winding rivers and ancient stone outcrops, lived a girl named Amara. The air here was thick with the scent of wild jasmine and the murmur of daily life, the rhythmic pounding of fufu, the distant beating of goats, the laughter of children. She was 13, with eyes like polished obsidian, always searching, always questioning. Too many questions, her mother, Nena, would often sigh, her brow furrowed with a worry Amara couldn't yet understand. Their village had many rules. Rules about planting, about harvests, about respecting the elders, about honoring the ancestors, but only one that was never broken. A silence so profound around it, you could feel its weight in your chest. Never speak near the whispering tree. Its very shadow was a boundary no one dared to cross without a shiver. At night, when the stars glittered like scattered diamonds across the velvet sky, Amara would lie awake, hearing the tree groan in the wind. It wasn't just the sound of branches rubbing, it was a deep resonant hum, like a sleeping giant stirring. Once, late one moonless night, she heard her mother argue with Grandpapa Uche, their voices low and urgent, seeping through the thin mud walls of their huts. You promised me she'd never know. You swore to me, Papa, that the burden would never touch her. The tree doesn't forget, girl. Its memory is longer than any river, and neither will she, not when the time comes. Nena wringing her hands, Pa Uche stern and unyielding. Amara listened from behind a curtain, her small frame huddled, her heart pounding with a nameless dread. Close up on Amara's wide, troubled eyes. One evening, while collecting herbs from the edge of the sacred grove, the air grew thick and heavy, and the usual buzzing of insects fell silent. Amara wandered too close to the tree. A strange pull, an irresistible curiosity guided her footsteps. She whispered, just a little, her voice barely audible above the sudden stillness. Why does everyone fear you? The leaves rustled, not with the gentle caress of the wind, but with a deliberate knowing tremor, like a shiver running through an ancient body. And the tree answered, a voice deep as the earth and old as time itself seemed to rise from its very roots, wrapping around her like a cool mist. Voice from tree. Because I know the truth about your father. The truth hidden deep within my very core. That night, Amara dreamed of the tree swallowing her whole. The bark seemed to open like a massive maw, drawing her into a swelling vortex of darkness. Inside, she saw glowing symbols, ancient glyphs of power and sacrifice pulsing with an inner light. And then her father's face, Obasi, young, vibrant, his eyes filled with a love that warmed her soul, smiling, then screaming. She woke, trembling, her bed sheets damp with sweat, her own voice echoing in the silent hut, a haunting whisper of her father's name. The next day, the sun felt strangely cold. Amara sought out Pa Uche, her heart heavy with the weight of her dream. He sat the children down under a mango tree, its shade a brief respite from the unspoken tension in the village. He told them a story, his voice raspy with age, but filled with a profound wisdom. A man once begged the whispering tree to save his daughter from death. A fever had claimed her, burning her life away. He loved her more than life itself. The tree agreed, for the tree always demands its price. A terrible bargain, but nothing comes free. Not life, not love, not salvation. Amara's heart dropped. A cold dread spread through her veins. She knew he was talking about her. The pieces of the whispered arguments, the nightmares, the tree's haunting voice, they clicked into place with sickening clarity. She confronted her mother, her voice barely a whisper, yet firm with a newfound resolve. Nena, her face etched with years of unspoken grief and fear, finally broke. Inena, your father, Obasi, my beloved husband, your brave father, he traded his soul for your life. The fever would have taken you as a baby. You were so small, so fragile, slipping away with every breath. He gave himself to the tree, a sacrifice too great to bear. But that deal has a time limit, a terrible, inescapable deadline. On your 14th birthday, the day you become a woman, the day you truly live, the tree comes to collect. His soul traded for yours will be bound to its roots forever, without hope of release. Amara spent the next few days in a haze, torn between the immense weight of this revelation. The villagers noticed her silence, her solemn gaze, but none dared to ask, for the shadow of the tree lay heavy on them all. She had 3 choices, each more daunting than the last. Let the tree keep Obasi's soul. Accept her father's sacrifice, knowing he would never truly be free, his spirit trapped in the ancient wood. Trade her own voice for his return. Silence herself forever. A life without song, without stories, without a way to truly express the vibrant spirit within her. Plant a new tree with her blood and end the curse forever. Sometimes, the heaviest burdens we carry are not visible. They are the secrets we keep, the truths that hide in the shadows, binding us generation after generation. Amara now felt the full weight of her family's hidden pain. Amara chose the third. It was not a choice made lightly, but with a conviction forged in love and desperation. She would not let this ancient sorrow continue. She crept to the tree, her bare feet silent on the dusty path, with a seed in one hand and a knife in the other. The small seed felt heavy, weighted with the hope of generations. She dug a hole, the earth resistant beneath her fingers, as if unwilling to participate. Cut her palm, a sharp intake of breath as the pain pierced her, the warmth of her blood a stark contrast to the cool night air. And with a voice that was both a whisper and a roar, filled with the combined sorrow and strength of her ancestors, she uttered a single, resolute word. Enough! This was the ultimate act of love, not a trade, but a gift. For true love often demands sacrifice, a willingness to give everything, not to gain, but to free those we cherish.
It is in these profound acts of giving that the deepest bonds are forged. The whispering tree cracked with a sound like thunder tearing through the night. Its bark peeled, great sheets of it falling away like old skin. Its groaning stopped, replaced by a profound, unsettling silence. Beside it, bathed in the first faint light of dawn, a small sapling, its leaves unfurling with delicate promise, began to grow. Her voice faltered for days, a faint whisper, a mere shadow of its former self, as if the power of her sacrifice had temporarily stolen its strength. But her dreams were peaceful. No more haunting whispers. No more terrifying cries. Just the gentle of the wind and the joyous song of birds returning. Sometimes, the deepest courage isn't found in a battle with others, but in the strength to face old wounds, to break ancient chains, and to forge a new path. Amara chose to disrupt the cycle of fear, transforming ancient pain into the promise of a brighter future. Years passed. Seasons turned, and Udola flourished, touched by a new, lighter energy. Amara became the village healer, her gentle hands and wise as a comfort to all, her voice now strong and clear once more, telling stories not of fear, but of resilience and love. Children still fear the tree stump, its dark mass a reminder of the past, but the fear was now tinged with reverence, not terror. But sometimes, if they listened close, as Amara walked by, her eyes twinkling with ancient wisdom, they heard a breeze through the leaves of the new, thriving trees. Thank you, daughter. Thank you for breaking the chains. Thank you for setting us free. And so, the story of Amara teaches us that truth, however hidden, will always seek the light. That love, in its purest form, demands sacrifice but grants the greatest freedom. And that courage, born from the heart, has the power to heal not just one soul but to mend the very fabric of generations, leaving behind a legacy of peace and endless possibility. If you have watched till the end, give us a like, subscribe and comment what you have learned from this story.